You are sitting on your couch late at night. You are scrolling through real estate apps on your phone. You see house after house listed for $500,000. These are not mansions. These are just normal houses in normal neighborhoods. One house has a kitchen from the early 90s. Another house has a tiny backyard. The basement looks a bit damp and dark, yet the real estate agent calls it a charming starter home. You look at your bank account and your salary. You start doing the mental math. You wonder if you missed a massive promotion at your job, or maybe the entire housing market has lost its mind. Spoiler alert for you, it is not your fault. It is the math. And the math right now is absolutely brutal. Welcome to Suraj Patwari. I am so glad you decided to join me today. If you want to master your money and your future, please subscribe. Join our community for honest and clear financial education. Today we are going to do something that most real estate agents hate. We are going to calculate who can actually afford a $500,000 house in 2026. I am not talking about who the bank will give a loan to. I am talking about who can legitimately afford it without constant stress. There is a massive difference between qualifying for a mortgage and sleeping peacefully at night. Most people do not realize this until it is too late. They sign the papers and then they realize they are trapped. Let us start with the uncomfortable reality of today. In dozens of US markets right now, $500,000 is just the baseline. That does not get you a luxury home anymore. It gets you a small 1,200 square foot box. It might have 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. The yard might be the size of a small beach towel. In cities like Denver or Austin, this is just the entry price. Even in places far from major cities, this is what normal people pay. The median household income in America is around $84,000. So we are asking people making $84,000 to buy a home that costs 6 or 7 times their annual income. If that sounds insane to you, you are paying attention. It is insane. But everyone around you keeps saying you can do it. The mortgage broker says your credit is great and you are approved. Your parents bought a house on much less money 30 years ago. Some influencer on TikTok says you can flip houses with no money down. Everyone is lying to you about what the word affordable actually means. Let us start with the down payment, because that is where dreams go to die. The old rule of thumb was 20% down. On a $500,000 house, that is $100,000 in cash. Let me repeat that clearly. $100,000. The average savings account in America has around $8,000 in it. You are not just a little short on cash, you are $92,000 short. If you make $84,000 a year and save 10% of it, that is $8,400 per year in savings. It will take you more than 12 years to save that down payment, and that assumes housing prices do not go up in those 12 years. But we all know they absolutely will go up, so most people skip the 20% down payment. They put down 5% or maybe 10% instead. This is what most Americans actually do today. But doing this unlocks a new and painful expense. It is called PMI, or private mortgage insurance. This is a fee you pay every single month. It is a penalty for not being wealthy enough to put 20% down. It is essentially a tax on the middle class. It usually runs anywhere from $200 to $400 per month. You are paying extra money for insurance that protects the bank. It does not protect you at all. The bank is just worried you might stop paying the loan. You are starting your home ownership journey with a financial punishment. Now let us talk about the actual monthly mortgage payment. Suppose you put down 10% as a down payment. That is $50,000 you somehow scraped together. That leaves you with a $450,000 loan from the bank. At current interest rates, which are around 7%, your payment is very high. Your monthly mortgage payment for principal and interest will be about $3,000. But wait, that number does not include anything else you need to live there. Let us add property taxes to the total. Depending on where you live, property taxes can be a huge burden. You might be looking at $4,000 to $8,000 per year. That works out to roughly $500 every single month. Then we have to talk about homeowners insurance. This cost has skyrocketed in the last few years. Weather events and climate changes are making insurance very expensive. You are looking at another $300 per month, at least. Then there is the cost of maintenance. This is the thing that everyone forgets until it is too late. The general rule is to budget 1% of your home's value per year for repairs. On a $500,000 house, that is $5,000 every year. That is about $417 per month. And do not forget the PMI fee we mentioned earlier. Add on another $300 for that. Let us add all these numbers together right now. The mortgage payment is $3,000. The property taxes are $500. The insurance is $300. The maintenance budget is $400. The PMI fee is $300. Your total monthly housing cost is now $4,500, and that is assuming nothing else goes wrong. You do not need a new roof this year. Your heater does not stop working in the middle of winter. Your HOA does not send you a surprise bill for thousands of dollars. Financial experts say you should not spend more than 28% of your income on housing. Let us do the math backward. If you are spending $4,500 per month on your home, and if that is 28% of your income, you need to be making roughly $200,000 per year. Even if you use the bank's risky rules, you still need $150,000. The reality is that only about 15% of U.S. households earn that much. This means 85% of American families cannot truly afford this house. This is not an opinion or a guess. This is just math being very cruel. But people are still buying these houses every day. Who are these people? Some of them are couples with two very high incomes. Some of them received money from their families. But many of them are stretching their budgets to the breaking point. They are one medical bill or one job loss away from total collapse. Let us look at a real-world example of a family called the Johnsons. They are both working professionals. They make a combined income of $160,000 a year. That sounds like a lot of money. They are in the upper middle class. They should be very comfortable. Let us see what happens when they buy that $500,000 house. Their gross income of $160,000 sounds amazing until the taxes are taken out. After federal and state taxes and Social Security, they take home about $9,500 per month. Now we subtract that $4,500 housing cost. They are left with $5,000 for everything else in life. They have 2 car payments because they both have to drive to work. That costs $800. Car insurance for 2 vehicles is another $250. Gas for those cars costs $300. They have student loans that cost $600 every month. Health insurance premiums take away $400. Groceries for a family cost at least $1,000 if they buy healthy food. Utilities like water and electricity and internet cost $500. Now they only have $1,000 left. We have not even talked about buying clothes or going to the movies. We have not talked about soccer practice for the kids or fixing a flat tire. We have not talked about the basic human need to have some fun. And forget about saving money for the future or a retirement fund. This family is spending nearly half of their net pay just on their house. These are not bad or irresponsible people. They are not buying luxury items or taking fancy vacations. They are just trying to live in a house that the market says is normal. It feels like a trap. It feels like checking your bank balance before you buy a gallon of milk. It feels like saying no to your child when they want to go on a field trip. It feels like staying awake at night doing math in your head. You worry about if you can afford new tires or if you have to wait. You are living one surprise expense away from a disaster. If the air conditioner breaks, it costs $5,000. You do not have that money in the bank. If someone hits your car, your deductible is $1,000. You have to put that on a credit card. If your kid needs dental work, you have to finance it like a loan. This is the truth for families earning $160,000. Now imagine a family making $100,000. Buying a $500,000 house is not just a stretch for them. It is a financial fantasy. It is gammatrically impossible, without help from parents or huge risks. The housing market does not care about your stress levels. Sellers set prices based on what the house next door sold for. Banks approve loans because they think you will probably pay it back for a few years. Real estate agents want you to buy so they can get their commission. Nobody in the process is there to tell you the truth. You are about to drown yourself in debt. The entire system is built to get you into the house. It is not built to make sure you can stay there for 30 years. Once you sign those papers, you are stuck. You cannot just change your mind in 6 months and leave. You would lose your down payment and ruin your credit score forever. So people stay and they suffer in silence. They live in big houses they cannot afford to furnish. They work long hours at jobs they hate because they are scared of losing income. They watch their savings disappear month by month. They wonder why they feel so unhappy while living the American dream. Let me tell you the hard truth. For 80% of people in this country, a $500,000 home is not affordable. This is not because you failed. This is not because you do not work hard enough. This is because the market has moved away from reality. Since 1990, home prices have gone up 400%, but the average income has only gone up a small amount. The math simply does not work anymore. We keep telling young people that owning a home is the only way to build wealth. That can be true in the long run, but you have to survive the daily costs first. We tell people to stop buying expensive coffee to save money, but coffee is not the problem. The problem is a structural crisis in housing. You cannot save your way into a $100,000 down payment by skipping lattes, especially when rent is taking 40% of your paycheck already. You cannot just think positive thoughts to lower your interest rate. What you can do is look at the cold, hard numbers. You can make a choice based on facts. Maybe the best choice for you is to keep renting for now. You can take the money you save and invest it in stocks. Maybe you look for a much cheaper house in a different area. There is no special prize for owning a house you can barely afford. There is no trophy for being house poor. The stress of that monthly payment will kill your joy. The real question is not if the bank says yes to your loan. The real question is if that house will actually make your life better. For most people today, the answer is a big no. If your household income is less than $140,000, you should stop. You are about to make a decision that will control your life for the next 10 years. I do not care what the mortgage broker tells you. I do not care what your friends are doing on Instagram. The math does not care about your feelings or your dreams of a nice kitchen. Many people ignore this advice and they buy anyway. They tell themselves it will be okay. They hope for a big raise at work that might never come. They buy the house and they feel proud for about a month. Then the first repair bill arrives. The car needs new brakes and it costs $800. You have to put it on a credit card because the mortgage took all your cash. Then the AC unit dies in the middle of summer. That is another $3,000 you do not have. Suddenly, you are drowning in high-interest debt just to keep your house. You own the house, but the bank really owns you. You become a prisoner in your own home. We have normalized this kind of misery in our culture. We call it adulting, or part of the journey. But this is a sign of a broken system. Your parents had it easier because their house cost only 3 times their income. Your house today costs 6 or 7 times your income. Society tells you that renting is just throwing money away. But being unable to afford your life is also throwing money away. It has much worse consequences for your health and your family. You can choose to step out of this race. You can decide that your peace of mind is worth more than a house. You can save your money and wait for the market to change. You can look at smaller homes or different cities. Real wealth is not about how big your house is. Real wealth is about freedom. It is about having extra money in your budget every month. It is about being able to invest and grow your money. It is about sleeping soundly because you are not worried about bills. The financial industry wants you to buy no matter what. They make money when you sign that 30-year contract. The bank wins, the agent wins, and the insurance company wins. You are the only one who loses when you buy something you cannot afford. You are not a failure if you choose to wait. You are actually being very smart. A $500,000 house is a luxury in today's world. Please run your own numbers very carefully. Include the taxes, the insurance, and the repairs. Be honest about how stable your job is. If the math says no, then listen to the math and walk away. There is no shame in being a realist. The real victory is making a choice that keeps you safe and happy. Avoid becoming another story of financial ruin. I am not saying you will never own a home. I am saying, do not buy a lie. The bank's risk is not your risk. Their calculation is different from your life. Maybe in a few years, things will change for the better. Stop looking at what the bank says you qualify for. Start looking at what you can actually pay and still have a life. Find the house price where you can still save for your future. Find the price where you can still go on a vacation once in a while. For most people, that price is way lower than $500,000. And that is perfectly okay. You are not a child because you refuse to drown in debt. You are an adult who understands how math works. The market will keep pushing high prices, but you do not have to follow the crowd. Thank you for watching this deep dive here on Suraj Patwari. I truly hope this information helps you make a better choice for your family. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. Share this video with a friend who is thinking about buying a home. And please subscribe for more honest talk about your finances. Your financial health is the most important asset you have. Protect it with everything you have. I will see you in the next video very soon. Stay smart and stay financially safe. Goodbye for now. Every decision you make today will change your future. Do not let a pile of bricks and wood take away your freedom. Trust the data and trust yourself. You deserve to live a life that is free from constant money fear. We will keep exploring these important topics together on this channel. Keep learning and keep asking questions. This is the only way to reach true wealth and happiness. I am here to help you on this journey every step of the way. Take care of your bank account and take care of your mind. Buying a home is a big deal, but it is not the only deal. Make sure it is the right deal for you and your loved ones. See you soon in the next video.